Oh, he's managed to get it, though. MK got it. How? That's it. Keep it on the fort. That's it. Moulazan coming in now. Going to try and support MK here. Are going to be... Oh, my God. Animus. You need to get those skirms out of there, my boy. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very, very interesting casted game. Now, we are playing a game mode known as Settler Massacre. Now, you may have heard it, you may have seen it on one of my streams, maybe Animus' streams, other people. But Settler Massacre is a fan-made game mode whereby there is absolutely no resources on the map whatsoever. So there's no wood, there's no food, no gold, no water, no fish, no whales, no berries, no huntables, nothing. It's complete wasteland. And the only thing that you have when you first start the game is you have a first shipment available. And what the aim of the game is to basically survive, create your own economy, resource gathering through the cards that you can get. And it's also a King of the Hill game. So you have to hold the center of the map for a total of 5 minutes. And we have a fantastic 3-player free-for-all here. And I'm going to go through each player and give you an idea of their decks and how they use this and how it works. Because it's a very interesting game. It switches the whole meta up. The whole way that you do an opening, the whole strategy, it completely changes. So if we have a look at Animus here, we have a look at Animus's deck. We go into here, we can see Settler Massacre deck. There it is. 7 sheep, 1 homestead wagon was his first card. This is a very standard kind of card to get if you're a Euro Civ, if you're a European Civ, as your first card. You get 7 sheep and a homestead wagon, and a homestead wagon can either be converted into a mill or it can be into a livestock pen. So obviously Animus has gone for a mill, so he's already getting a great food income, and he's got sheep to match as well. And he's getting a second one of those. Now, let's have a look at the north part of the map. We have Moulazan playing as the Lakota. Now, if we have a look at Moulazan's deck here, this is a little bit different to a standard kind of deck. And you can see that we have certain cards, such as we've got a lot of bison cards in here, which you're going to need because you're going to need some kind of food income, of course. And you can see he's got a friendly territory where TPs have more HP and they improve attack speed and range. So that could be used maybe later on to put in a forward position. You can see we've got another bison card here. We have camp movements where you can get 2 war huts. Remember, you know, wood is one of the hardest things to get on this game, depending on what civ. I mean, if you're India, it's different, but normally most civs, wood is one of the hardest things to get because you can't get wood naturally like you do from a farm or an estate. The only thing you can get wood from is usually from shipments, from factories, and simply through trading on the market. So wood is always a struggle. It's always a struggle with the majority of the civilizations. MKE here. I'm going to call him GM. We have GM here. We've got MKE0601 GM. So I'm going to call him GM here, playing as the Japanese in the pink here. And I've played Japan once in Settler Massacre, and they are actually quite fun to play. I actually enjoy them quite a lot. And you can see that the first card he's actually gone for is an interesting one. No, this is the one that I go for, actually. Yeah, Reclaimed Land, which you get a rice paddy rickshaw, and the villager gather rate increases as well. So that's a really good card, nice economic card first on, and he's gone ahead and built a shrine and a market as well. So this is what's quite good, like as a strategy early on. It can be quite good to get some military units out early, so you can just sit in the middle and get as much gather time or as much capture time as possible. A lot of people like to go quite greedy in this game mode. A lot of people like to go age 3, and it takes them a while to get there. You can see MK's just managed to get into the commerce age. It is a little bit slow for Japan here. Has gone for the Toshogu Shrine, which is the one that I go for, actually. That's actually quite a good shout to go for. I like to go for the Shogunate after this one, I think, normally. It's quite a nice one to go for. He's going for 600 wood now. But yeah, so you can see he's got a problem here because his Ville can't really do anything. He's going to be putting a consulate down, but doesn't have the wood to get another rice paddy. So that's what that wood is going to be able to do. So he's timed that quite well. Let's have a look back at Animus here. We can see the scores are pretty similar, to be honest, but Moulazan looking pretty damn good at the moment, to be honest. He's actually got a lot of food now, and he's gathering up that coin. He's going to be able to get into age 3. And age 3, he's going to have quite a lot available to him. So he's got Earth Bounty here, which gets you a really decent coin trickle, you can see. Nomadic expansion. The Mustangs are cheaper. That's quite a good one to go for as well. And he's got some really... The classic sort of good unit cards here, of course. So that's Morlazan. Let's have a look back at Animus here. Generating some more sheep with the excess food. He's actually getting a bunch of hussars out right now. So he's not 100% ready yet to get into the next stage. He did only build one bank rather than building the second. He decided to get stables. Otherwise, he wouldn't have really had anything. To be honest, I think he could have just traded some wood. I think he could have got a third bank, traded the wood and built the stables. And then he would have had at least a third bank up, producing some decent coin for him. So Hussars are going to be coming into the middle, trying to contest the middle now. And there's only 3 Axe Riders in there right now. We've got 5 Huss coming in. And they are going to be able to try and do as much as they can. He is going to be able to pick off one of the Axe Riders there, going down, unfortunately, for Morlazan. We've got a random Bison here who's wandered off into the wastes. There we go. No one age 3 just yet. But what is Morlazan up to now? He's actually got everything on... here, and what is he doing? He's producing healers. So I believe they're kind of like the... he's actually now going to go for the warrior. This is actually really good. The warrior can be really good. They're going to be okay, actually. The warriors should be fine here. A good defense. Animus doing a good job, though. Taking 3 Axe Riders out, I believe. Morlazan doing a good job there, just defending, though, because, you know, that's all he's got on the field here. Is he's simply just got the community plaza. Because you don't need... houses with Lakota, obviously, so quite a simple start. And he's going to be moving his warriors in here, trying to see what he can do. Trying to just harass. And looks like the Hussars are going to move off, and Morlazan's actually going to take it again. So Morlazan looking really good. Look how much time. He really hasn't got much now. He's gone through it by securing it early. He only needs another 4 minutes on there, and he's won the game. And now what do we see? We do now see a wood shipment. That was the age up, I believe, which is a resource that's always tough to get in this game. Wood is one of the hardest resources to get. So it's kind of important that you have a lot of wood shipments and stuff in your deck. And stuff to reduce on building costs as well. Let's have a look at GM. Not much from GM right now. He has actually gone for the Blue Guard. This is what I went for, actually. Yeah, I went for the Dutch Consulate. I think it's a really good choice because you get a bank, which is nice. And also you get access to a church wagon, which will give you XP trickle. So, and also, once again, you've got the option of a livestock pen later on. You've got the arsenal wagon. I think it's really, really nice. I think it's a good choice. We do actually see a unit shipment coming out now. Something interesting. What I've actually noticed is he actually hasn't gone for any cherry orchards. That is insane. That's what I went for, cherry orchards. But we actually see him using just rice paddies. Wow. I don't know what's better there, to be honest, but I've never actually seen that. I thought with Japan you normally go for cherry orchards, but doesn't look like. GM now taking the center actually with his Blue Guard. And now we have Animus coming onto the field with some Reiters and some Hussars. If we have a look at Animus here, they are all in age 3. Actually, MK is still in age 2, but got quite a decent amount of military here. Animus now taking it for himself, but GM going to be able to snag it again, and we got some Reiters on the way. But this is really good for Animus now. He's got a decent food and gold kind of income. He's got 2 banks. He probably needs a few more. I think he's probably going to go for 1,000 wood. That's what I would go for as the next choice. And you can at least get another 2 banks down. You can get some houses down. And Dutch is a really good civ as well to kind of start with. Very, very solid. I think like India, I think Dutch, maybe Otto as well. Japan. I think they're pretty good civs to start with. I think a lot of the civs are pretty straightforward. Like even Lakota. Morlazan taking a little bit of a dive there with the score, around 8,500 at the moment. Just kind of maxing out on the healers at the moment, it seems. Doesn't really have any access to food. Kind of been a little bit caught out. Probably wants to go for the 13 Bison. And Animus here spots the weakness. And he's going to try and see what he can do. But the Warriors are pretty good. Don't mess with the Warriors. They're a very powerful unit. And Animus takes no prisoners when it comes to raiding. He is brutal. And there he is, the 13 Bison. I thought he was going to get that. So, this is can sometimes be the issue with Lakota is around the bison situation, because he needs to start thinking about trying to get farms and stuff like that. We can now look, Animus managing to swipe it there. That was really good by him. MK or GM, sorry, just wasn't, let's say MK, sorry, yeah, MK just wasn't close enough there, unfortunately, and he's going to have to try and contest that now. He's got a lot of food backed up. He could just sell the food. Sell the food and get into H3. That's what I would do. Or he actually doesn't realize, I don't know if he has, but he could just switch his paddies to gold. He could also switch his, he could just buy a bit of wood to build another shrine. He could switch his paddies now to gold. He doesn't need this much on food. He's got an insane amount of food coming in. Really decent score as well, but he really needs to think about getting into H3. And now what do we see here from Morlazan? He's managed to get his 13 bison in. He's going to have a decent amount of food now coming in, and he's got camp movement. So he's going to get 2 war hut travois, and he can actually move those travois around as well. So that's very interesting to see. He's going to be able to save on wood as well. He's not going to have to pay for anything on the wood. The only downside is he'll have to pay for something for the corral. He hasn't got a market down either, which is kind of quite a bad thing. You kind of always want some kind of market, to be honest. Animus is going to do a good job here. He's got a good amount of a mass of writers, to be honest. Animus 6 minutes 30 now on that. I think Morlazan is still in the lead, though. He's still in the lead. He only needs 4 minutes to hold that, but whether or not he's going to be able to hold it again, who knows? Let's have a look at MK getting into H3. Yes, he's going for the Shogunate. This is the one that I go for. Very nice option, I think, because the Shogunate basically gives you XP, you get a daimyo, and also reduces the cost and training time of military units. Now, that is so crucial, because in this game, you want to always try and cheapen your buildings or your units, because your economy is going to be really poor. It's not going to be like a normal game. So one of the kind of cards that you can go for, or kind of opening or strategy you can go for, is trying to get anything that can reduce the cost of units or the training time or anything like that. So that's quite good to see. And he's going for an upgrade. He's going for the rice surplus. He's actually now switched all of his paddies over to gold, which is nice to see. Let's have a look at Animus back at base. How's he doing? Let's have a look. Animus here. Just getting a house down. He's just a bit short on population. But once again, food and gold is not a real problem now for Dutch. He seems to be fully away. He's got a lot of fattened sheep here. Like a lot. He's got 16 sheep. They're not fully fattened, but that's easily nearly 3,000 food. Just sat there. And now we do see the double war hut coming out for Morlazan. Hasn't really put it too forward. He's put it kind of just a little bit more defensive. And he's got a few Wakinas. And he's now actually managed to be able to get the corral down. I don't actually know how he did that. He's got Earth Bounty on the way, which is a really... it's nearly like a Dutch bank's worth of coin here. 2.5 coin trickle. And also the gather work on estates has actually improved as well, but which he has. So you can see that. So he's not actually using farms at all. He's using the bisons for now, but at some point he is going to have to transition into farms because he's going to run out of his bison cards. He does, however, have an unlimited 13 bison card in H4, but I don't know whether that would sustain him long enough. I don't know. And he has the Great Hunter here as well, which you can get some food from as well, but I don't know. So Animus looks like he's probably going to be taking the lead now. Only got 4 minutes left in the center of the map, and it definitely needs to be challenged. And I think MK is probably going to be the person right now to challenge it. He is actually getting into H4, but this is the thing. A lot of people always seem to be a little bit too greedy and forget to challenge the map enough. And this is the thing. Like Morlazan did a great job at the start by challenging it and holding it. Now it needs to be, we need to see some kind of commitment or something from MK here to get in. He's going for the Golden Pavilion. This is the one that I go for. It's quite a nice one. You get 10 Yumi Archers, and you can also improve the attack, the speed, or the hit points of all of your land units. So it's a very nice card for Age 4. And he's actually going for the button here, or the Dutch Expeditionary Company. That's nice. I would probably hold that off maybe for this one. But that does take a little bit longer to get. But that's it. That's what he's going to be going for. Because I think this one gives you colts, doesn't it? No, it gives you writers. Yeah, so you get 6 blue guards and 8 upgraded kind of writers. He's going for some shrines now. He's a bit pop-capped there. But he's got a decent amount, though. I would probably think about getting in. We're now 3 minutes. And Animus is getting a fort down. This is absolutely... This is toxic right now. This is what we like to see. Getting this kind of fort down in the middle of the map right now. This is not going to be liked by a lot of people, and Morlazan has spotted this, but there's nothing much he can do. He's only got Wakinas. He does have some rifle riders, but the riders are actually going to be able to deal with the rifle riders quite well, to be honest. And now MK needs to make a decision here. This is the problem, that people don't challenge enough. They try and go a little bit too greedy, like I said, and they go for the age 4 and they hold off too long. You can't hold off too long in this game. You cannot do it. You've got to keep maintaining pressure and challenging the middle. Otherwise, this happens. Somebody can just stick a fort down and they're able to do it. And that's what Animus is now done. So MK needs to think about probably some flaming arrows, I would say. And that's exactly what he's actually going for. He's got the 4 flaming arrow shipment and he needs to make a decision right now. And he needs to do something, or they need to work together. This is the thing. Sometimes in chat, if you're in chat, it can be quite good. But they need to make a decision jointly to challenge this. That's what you need. That's how this game mode works. You could sort of join forces temporarily to overcome the person who's in the middle. So Animus is just going to sit here now at 1 minute 30 left to go, and MK needs to make a decision, otherwise it's game over. Like, you need to move out now. Like, and Morlazan knows that as well. I think he's just, one of them's waiting for the other one to do something. So this is so much unspent resources. Yeah, I know. Like, this is what he needs to do. Like, he's got 8 flaming arrows. That's a decent amount. There's no Colves on the field at all. Yes, there's Writers, but it's a minute. Like, what's going on here? Come on. You just need to get your troops in. Otherwise, you're just going to lose. Like, Morlazan is aging up. I don't know why. You shouldn't be aging up, because you're just going to lose the game. We do now see something happening, but it's only 50 seconds left. And Morlazan now needs to make the decision to get in. See, MK needs to get in here. But Morlazan needs to allow MK to get in. That's the thing. They need to work together here to get Animus off of the fort, because he's got so many skirms, and I think it's going to be GG. And this is something that, you know, this is something that people need to understand. Oh, he's managed to get it though. MK got it. How? Wow. He's actually managed to get it. I'm very surprised. I thought Animus had his skirms on there. What? So now the flaming arrows are going to be able to hail down on here, which is fantastic to see. But is it going to be enough? Like, Animus needs to make the decision, needs to pressure the flaming arrows, otherwise they're going to take down this fort here. Morlazan needs to try and support MK in doing that. And, you know, Morlazan is aging up right now. MK has so many unspent resources. He just needs to trade some of it for wood. Just trade it for wood. He's got so much, and get some shrines. The fort is going to go down. Keep the flaming arrows on the fort. That's it. Keep it on the fort. That's it. Morlazan coming in now. Going to try and support MK here, because he doesn't want Animus to get this. Because if Animus gets it again, it's pretty much GG. He's on like 30 seconds. So a very, very tense start there. We do now see a further 14 Ashigaru coming in. And these Ashis aren't even upgraded. MK, what are you doing? Like, does he not know that he could just buy wood? He can buy wood. He's got so much food, he can just buy it. Also, he can just, if he built more shrines, he could just have them on wood. And it'd probably be okay. You do see there he's got ships of rice paddy. He probably wants like terraced hillsides, potentially. That's quite good. What's Morlazan up to here? He's got into age 4. He's going for the Great Hunter, which is going to give him some food. But he was really strapped for food there. So he's still not doing too well eco-wise. He's only got 14 vills or something like that on plantations. So not doing the best on economy here. But he does have an all-important card here. One of the most overpowered cards in the game. That's 7 Council Fires. Now, he just needs to use that, and that can help him in the game here and push forward. But this is actually quite neck and neck. Morlazan, I think, is around 4 minutes. MK is now around 4 minutes. But Animus is about 30 seconds. That's all he needs. He just needs to control the middle of the map for 30 seconds. So, Japan making some fucking units. Jesus, man. Yellow just needed to make like pure bow rider and add 10 axe and hit big bun. Potentially, yeah, like, I mean, you could do quite an aggressive opening with Lakota. Instead of going age 3 so early, you could just play age 2 with Bow Rider, and you could just go around, and you could simply go around raiding. You could just, especially when it's only a 3-player FFA. I missed your lives. Don't you like age 4? What do you mean, Sampa? I'm not sure what you mean, man. But these flaming arrows are doing a great job. 6 of them still left. He's got some Naggies on the field. MK looking in a really good position. And Animus here, what has he got? He's got a few Colves coming out now. And what's his upgrades looking like? He's only on Vets at the moment. He's only age 3. This is a problem for him. So he needs to make a decision of whether or not he's going to maybe go for an age 4, whether he's just going to continue with age 3. But he is now behind in the ages, and that's unfortunate. They're getting a nice little pick off. And he's going to try and force a fight here. Those Naggies do not want to get any closer. That's a lot of Writers. And is he going to go in with this? I mean, it's Skirm against Ashi. Oh god, the micro isn't the best here from MK. He's just kind of piling the things in. The Colves are doing a good job. There's only a couple of flaming arrows left. Morlazan needs to make the decision. What's he doing? He needs to make a decision to get in here. Otherwise, Animus could definitely take this. And the Daimyo has gone down. That is really unfortunate. And Morlazan needs to make the decision here. What's he doing? He's got so many Tashunkis. He could get stuck in here. That's what he needs to do. Otherwise, Animus is going to take this. But Morlazan managing to nab it now. He's at 3 minutes 30. This is getting kind of crazy. Hey, MLG, sorry. I will definitely read that. I'll read that after this, my friend. Okay, so what do we see? We do see the champion. Yeah, the OP card is in. And the Tashunkis are going to be... Oh, my God, Animus. You need to get those skirms out of there, my boy. Those Tashunkis are going ham on it, and the Writers are going to have to do as much as they can. We have champion Wakinas, though, which is something that you've got to be scared of. Morlazan is... The power spike is finally here for Morlazan, and he is pushing forward. And he's got the Wakinas coming from behind as well. They're just going to really outdo the skirmishers. And not a bad trade there. He did lose quite a few Tashunkis, but Morlazan coming out there with the age 4 card and more Tashunki Prowlers coming in. And this is interesting. We see a castle now. Ford Castle coming out for MK. Is he ready to get back in? He hasn't got... Oh my god, he's got... Oh, he just needs to sell some of that food. He's got wood. Yeah, he just needs to... Is he making vills? He's not making vills. He's only on 46 vills. What's Morlazan on? 43. See, Animus is on 50 vills and he's Dutch. That is not good to see. How many banks has he got? He's got 5 banks as well. He wants remass of flaming arrows. He won't be in action for a little. Yeah, he wants to get back in there. But Morlazan holding it strong with his champion upgrades. That's something that 58 champion Wakinas. Now, Animus is not in age 4. And this is something that Morlazan is going to be able to take here if Animus can't do it. Now MK needs to make the decision with Animus. I mean, who's going to help who? It's a 3-player FFA, sorry. Who's going to do what here? I think Morlazan is just going to hold this, make sure that Animus does not get anywhere near it. And now we do have a bit of toing and froing. Who's going to go on who first here? Is MK going to go from behind? And Animus going to go in. MK's making the decision. Morlazan, just about a minute left now is all he needs. Animus only needs about 30 seconds at the moment. And... yeah, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Lakota is going to be in a tricky or a sticky situation here. He's going to get sandwiched and have to try and fend off both armies here. And I'm not too sure. I think he's just trying to hold it. He thinks that he could just hold. He's got 45 seconds left. And MK has quite a decent amount of flaming arrows now. And the Tashunkis are trying to push back and shield and Animus away from getting stuck in. But I think Morlazan is just making the effort just to stick on here now. 30 seconds left. So I don't know what Animus can do. Animus is just, for some reason, attacking MK here. He needs to attack Morlazan. Otherwise, Morlazan is going to win here. More Takala soldiers coming in. And it's only 12 seconds left. Can he kill enough? Can he take it? Can he take it from... Is Morlazan going to do it? We've got 5 seconds. Is he going to be close enough? 1 second. Oh, he's done it. Wow. Oh my God. That was huge. That was absolutely huge. And there is the GGs. GGs in chat. Make sure to use the GGs. I didn't see the big button coming. Yes, I mean, I don't have a huge knowledge of the big buttons with Lakota, but I know that there is the big button that you can get right with the Takala soldiers. That was absolutely insane. What a game. What a game. I thought Morlazan was looking really, really bad there for a second, but it just shows you that getting the early capture point early on in the game, you can secure a good 4 or 5 minutes that you need to. And then all you need to worry about in the later game is having that power spike and holding for a shorter amount of time. And that's exactly what we saw there. I mean, it was very close, very risky. Very, very risky. Not many troops left. Look, he's literally got a couple of Wakinas left. And that would have been it. That would have been it. And I hope this has also given you guys some inspiration to try out Settler Massacre. Now, if you don't have too many people that want to play this, there is Animus's Discord. So Animus's Discord server has a Settler Massacre section where you can look at decks, you can look at all sorts, and it can help you get better at the game mode. And also you can download this in the mod section. It's basically like a modded map that you can download. But yeah, I would I'd recommend playing it with friends, stuff like that. Just give it a go. It's a really fun, interesting way of playing the game. And I mean, this game was fantastic. Just with 3 people, it was that good. It was really, really nice. So that was awesome.